Okay, guys, I'm deciding I'm going to start doing some videos on stuff that I've learned over the years of being in IO, the couple years I've been in. I did a video in the Party Rental Knowledge group about some of the things I enjoyed about IO, and one of the things I recently learned because of last year's or this year's explosion of rentals um, was keeping track of some of the smaller items like blowers, extension cords, that type of thing. Some of the things that we don't think to keep track of inventory very well. So, as an example, like for Halloween, I had to use almost every one of my blowers, and it was starting to freak me out that like five of them stopped working, and I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough, so I kept counting them over and over and over again, thinking I had a couple extras that could go down and still be fine. And so I ended up ordering like 10 more just to make sure. But now the way I'm going to set it up and show you guys how to set it up is IO will let me know when I'm getting low, um, because every time I see a booking, it'll tell me how many blowers are left. So I came up with this because I order inflatables from companies that don't supply the blowers, like Leisure Activities, and I don't always buy a blower with it because a lot of times I'm just changing out inflatables or something. And so I'm not good at keeping track of all that. I should probably be better. But this is going to help me to know in advance. So first off, we're going to create an accessory. You just do the drop down, do add accessory. I'm not going to, this is my real account, so I'm not going to like create something I have to delete all over. I'm just going to walk you through what I already have. Okay, so we're in here. I did 1 horsepower blower because I have a few items that use that, not very many. 15 blowers is going to be more than enough for me, but that's how many I have on hand. So I have 15 blowers. Little side note, whenever you're putting your inventory in and you see this quote request page, always choose your business page that you want to do, because if you ever decide to expand and you've got some inventory at one location and not at another, this will help you decide what only rent what's at that location, and not show everything at both locations. And might as well get ahead of that now. It may never show up, but it takes you 2 seconds longer every time you do inventory and could save you a headache in the future depending on your growth. No one else sees these right here. I added those in. That would probably be a later video. This right here, I am very proud of. I can put mobile friendly YouTube videos on my product descriptions with this. This is amazing. This helps me just build more conversion rate optimized product pages, and this here is alt text. I don't know how important this is. I'm not an SEO guy. I'm told it could be, but on an accessory it doesn't really matter. Couldn't care less. I don't charge for blowers, so I don't have pricing in there. The main thing once you add the blower in is you go in here under the advanced settings, and you're going to hide it from the contract. You don't want it to go in the email. You don't want it in the quote form or the quote confirmed. Customers couldn't care less that a blower is coming with it, for the most part. If you do have customers that ask about a blower, you may put it in there. Sometimes extension cords would be a good idea to put on it, because that way I go to a lot of houses where people have ran one of those janky 14 gauge cables, 2 or 3 of them together, and say, here, we got a cable you can plug into. Well, if it's on the invoice, then they know we're providing it. But you may choose to hide it, whatever. The main thing is you want it on the packing list. You only want to display it to the customer if it's something that you're getting a lot of questions about, or if it's an item that's like an upsell type item, an add-on to that product. Okay, so we have already saved. We've got those unchecked and we saved it. We got the 1 horsepower, the quantity that we have on hand, and hiding them from the invoice. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come into our inventory. My Batman bouncer is 1. See this? I've got my short description here. Just a little quick something or other. I should probably do this here, but I don't want to do that because of other issues. I'm going to come down to accessories. And now this is where I list all my accessories in. See, I do sandbags. I know I don't have enough sandbags to do all my inflatables. Stinking Halloween, I had to go rent a bunch of blocks to weigh down my inflatables, because everything was on pavement. It was horrible. But see, I got my blower, my extension cord, and then sometimes I offer entry carpets whenever it's like an indoor event or something. Or on pavement or something, I may put carpet down, keep my inflatable a little bit cleaner on asphalt. When you're setting these up in here, if it's something like this blower or something that's always going to go with it, always put the number required. Some inflatables may take more than one blower. Most of them do not. So I just put one. Every time that inflatable goes out, one blower is going to go with it. But we're going to link the quantity. The reason you link the quantity is if you have, like, say, 5 Batman bounce houses and someone wants all 5 of them for whatever reason, then it's going to tell you that you're getting 5 blowers, not just one. You don't want to override the price because adding a blower does not change the price of the item, so you don't need to override it. Same thing, extension cord, same setup. Okay, so now I'm going to take you over here. This is a lead I set up for tomorrow. Say I put my Batman bounce house in there, and these two automatically filled in because it's required. Those are always going to go no matter what. Here, let me show you something. This is cool. I learned this on the videos. Shrink up. Look at all that space I have now. So if whenever I expand it, see, I've got these other options. I can add them. If it's on pavement, I can add in, and it takes away. See this? 1 horsepower. Now I have 14. Or 13 left. The reason it says 13 is because there's one over here and whatnot. So see, it takes 1 out of inventory, tells me what I have left. So this is to come up and say it couldn't allow the booking because I didn't have it or whatever. Then I can look and say, oh, well, that's not for like 5 more weeks. I could get a blower in by 5 weeks. I'll order one, send them the contract, let them sign and pay. I got my blower coming. Didn't lose any money, but I didn't have to freak out about not having enough blowers. All right, so we got that set up. This is what it looks like in the invoice. When you send them the invoice, all it shows is the Batman. They don't need to know that the blower and extension cord come with it. That's automatically there, already hidden. All they see is the Batman. That's all they care about. It says the price and everything. They can make their payments. So that's pretty awesome. The other thing is the packing list. So this is the packing list for this stop. Okay, my packing lists are different than everybody else's, so sorry if it throws you off. If you want a copy of this, let me know. But see down here, this is my packing list for this item. 1 Batman bounce house. I got the tarp because that's in my packing list. 4 stakes, that's in my packing list. I have way more stakes than I need, so I didn't worry about inventorying that. I don't think I'll ever have fewer stakes than what I need, so that's what I have there. But the bold, those are my accessories that are going with it. Now the cool thing is in the delivery planner, when you print the truck packing list, I'm going to see if I can show you real quick. It's going to go really slow now. That's why I had all these pages. I just threw this in last minute. Gosh. Okay, so in the truck list, this is what's going to go into every truck. I only have one thing on it, so it's not going to show everything. But over here, you got the grouped list. So now, if I have, say, 10 items, I need 10 horsepower blowers. I'm going to deliver 5 bounce houses and 1 stop, or one trip. It'll put 5 right next to the, it'll say 5-1 horsepower blowers or whatever. That way I know 5 horsepowers. And then over here it tells me how many go to each stop. You know, this part's pretty the same as your other, your normal ones. I added a couple things, but not a big deal. Same thing with the extension cords. It'll say 5- extension cords. That's pretty awesome. So you have that. Yeah, see, this is the vehicle list right here. So that's kind of how I'm doing my accessories. For that part, I also do some a little bit differently with my hourly thing that I'm learning from other people, paying wages so that customers know. I like my items being broken down so customers know exactly what they're getting on their invoices. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.